Hi friends, welcome to Aishusdiy. This is a bracelet project, very easy stringing project only. There is nothing difficult about it. All I had was two beads left over. This one, this multifaceted hexagon kind of a shape, and then two of the hibiscus flower beads and one of these beads, which is really pretty. I really love them. And then the sea foam Heishi beads, and these ones are really nice. I think these are lucite, I believe. And then I strung them with some spacers. This is like a double spacer. It's like a daisy, but it's a double spacer, and it's in square in shape. I use that, and I use some of the daisy spacers right here. This one and this one is the one that I used here, and I have a toggle clasp. And then what I'm gonna do is I am going to add a little bit more of this. So apart from this, I tried this, I didn't like it. So apart from this, it's about 6.5 inches, so it will be 7.5 inches, which is perfect for us. So and then I want this asymmetrical. I didn't want it to be, you know, this in the center and clasp somewhere here. No, I want the clasp to be here, so that this has a very continuous pattern, and it really looks nice in my opinion. So I want to keep it that way. So I'm checking the size one more time, because my toggle is going to add 1 more inch, I believe. Yeah, so if I add the toggle, it will add 1 more inch. So I'll have one more of the spacer bead right here. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this part here and this part here, because you know, when this one has to, we will put it like this, but it has to go through like this inside this. So I need a little bit tapering in the end, and this is bulkier than this. So I'm going this way, and we need crimp beads, and then you can use crimping pliers or flat nose pliers to actually crimp your crimps. So for the crimp tubes, I like to use the um, chain nose pliers to just crimp it down. I like it that way. So I'm just going to go ahead and put my crimp tube on one end and take my toggle clasp on the other end. Normally with the toggle clasp, that is the only thing we need to be careful with, is it should be able to accommodate it. I'll tell you guys in a sec what I mean by that. So I'll go ahead and then just don't make this loop smaller, and it should not crisscross as well. So it has a tendency to crisscross, so I like to do this. And then I'll go ahead and crimp it just like so. Then you can either snip off this excess short tail, or you can feed it through your project. Either way is fine. So I just snipped it off, and I'm pushing all these on this side. And again, we have to check the size. Yeah, this will fit nicely. So this side, when we put this toggle, okay, I'm gonna put a crimp tube. You can use a crimp bead as well, and then this toggle clasp, and then go back through the crimp tube, and so when you put this, let me just be clear. Okay, there we go. Okay. So when there is a bulkier item, this has to turn to its side, and it has to go inside without any problems. So you need to make sure that this side of the toggle clasp is narrow enough. See, this one goes through this. I don't know if this one goes through that freely or not. So you need to make sure that that happens. And then I'm going to just pull it all. You don't want to be tight because otherwise there won't be a U per se. It will be very stiff. So you need to make sure about that. And then I'm not feeding the short tail through this because the hole of the spacer is big. If I feed it through, the bead will slide inside, the crimp tube will slide inside, and I won't be able to crimp. So that's the reason I'm having it here. I'm pulling all the way here, and I'm just checking everything is good, and then I'm going to go ahead and crimp it. Now what I will do is I'll just feed this wire through my spacer and a couple of beads if I want to, but just a spacer is also good enough. And then once it goes through that, that's it. Okay, and I'm gonna just clip this off. There we go. And now our bracelet is ready. So very pretty this looks. I really like it. I hope you guys like it too. The only thing we are going to add to this project is a dangle. I need my head pin for that. I am trying to get a nice head pin. Okay, here is some small head pins. That will do. It's totally an optional one, but if you want, you can add it. So you add this and you add this. That's a nice dangle. Or you can do it the other way around, but this one is big, comes down. So what you can do is add a small bead. The spacer would be, the spacer has a small hole, so I think this will stop. Yes, the bead, and then add one more. So we have used both the spacers here in our dangle. All we need to do is take our chain nose pliers, bend the thing to 90 degrees, and then snip off a little bit because we don't want that much for a loop. Take our round nose pliers, put it over here, and make a loop that's completely closed. Now open this loop up and add it. I like to add it to the toggle clasp, the loop of the toggle clasp, which is big enough for our dangle. There we go. If you want, you can add more dangles. I really like it to keep simple, this one, and I like this bracelet. This green color goes very well with this green and brown tones and gold. I feel I have the best pattern. I think I tried different combinations, but I really like this. I hope you guys like this too. If you do, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit the bell icon for notification. I do upload videos every day. It comes around 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And if you like to go ahead and see my products on my Etsy shop, you can go ahead and buy it from there, thereby help my channel grow. So this is what I'm talking about. So when you put it through, this bead has to come really nicely, and the bracelet is really snug for me, is my opinion, but I like it that way. See, if you look at it like this, it looks like a stitch bracelet, and if you look at it like this, this follows a pattern for the bracelet. Thanks so much for watching. Have a good day. Bye.